What's going on YouTube? Today I have a super quick video. I decided to get back into using Blender. It's been a minute. The last real Blender project I did, I spent 6 hours modeling a PlayStation 1 styled character, and that really took a lot out of me. So I took a little bit of a break with 3D. I'm hopping back into it, and so with this piece, I just challenged myself to work for about 45 minutes. And just kind of like piece together a scene. Didn't want to focus too much or too hard on like modeling everything from scratch. So I used a bunch of free assets that I found online. Any of the ones I've used in this video, I'll go ahead and link them in the description so you guys can use them as well. Without further ado, let's get into it. And added a cylinder mesh, scaled it up a little bit, and then flattened it. We're going to make the floor of this floating room here. Then I went ahead and subdivided it so that I could edit it later, and duplicated it to make the ceiling / roof, and then I beveled it outwards to kind of get this pie shape, reverse pie shape. Went ahead and changed the camera size so it's going to be vertical. Then I found a free pillar asset from Blender Kit, and then I resized it to kind of be a structural beam or support for this room here. Went ahead and went to Blockade Labs, and I generated a skybox texture, and that was just through a prompt that I wrote. I think it was something to do with like fantasy world, con candy clouds. And then I created an icosphere, scaled it up to be bigger than the scene, added an environment texture, and then just added that texture that I generated onto the icosphere, set it to shade smooth, and then I played around with adding some chairs and a table and furniture. I'm pretty sure I removed those later, but you know, it's always fun to play around. Added another cylinder, scaled it up, and then moved it to the middle of the scene. And this is supposed to be the windows. So I initially played around with using a procedural glass texture that I made from a tutorial on YouTube, but I didn't like how it looked. So I went ahead and went back to Blender Kit for some free textures, and I just started dragging some on to see what works. I really liked how the skybox was being reflected in the glass. I thought it looked really unique and dreamy, and that's kind of what I was going for. So kind of just playing around with different textures to see what works. Here's some test renders. And then I went ahead and decided there needs to be some sort of background element because we have some foreground and middle ground, but I didn't really like this earthy stone brick or like cliff texture that I found, so I decided to go for a tree. And then I thought to myself, all right, there needs to be a guy in here, so I went ahead and grabbed this dude wearing a suit from Sketchfab for free, and then I rigged him in Mixamo, threw him on the chair, did some test renders, added a little bit of texture to the floor, so like marble material, and then I also played around with the edges of the floors, and then I added another floor part for the foreground to basically suggest that there is more rooms. And yeah, this is the final render. Nothing too crazy, nothing too complex. Again, just like really simple. But if anyone's interested in, you know, seeing how I do some of these things, there it is. Super quick and easy. If you've enjoyed, please leave a like, thumbs up. Really helps me out. And I got a lot more of these coming soon. I just started to record my process of like design, 3D, and also film. So yeah, got a lot of stuff like this coming up. Hope to do some tutorials soon. If you've enjoyed, let me know. Otherwise, have a great day. Thanks.